Alright, hello everybody, welcome to SEO Academy. You're going to learn advanced SEO today. This is our third SEO Academy 2018. Anybody join us online, you guys are going to be able to learn today a lot about tools that we use, how do we use those tools, and also how to implement those tools in your website. So to start with, we always give you initial evaluation tests so that we can see like how far is your knowledge, okay? End of the academy you'll be giving a final exam. Passing score is 60%. If you pass, you get a certificate for your second basic classes of SEO Academy, which you can use, for in the future as your career grow and your knowledge. So on the top right corner, I need you to put your name. It has 10 easy questions. Be honest. Don't be asking questions. Don't be using smart devices. Okay, answering those questions, and then just give it back to me so I can, meanwhile, throughout the course, I can review and see who needs to have certain class today, because we're going to separate you in certain work groups, workshops, advanced, basic, and medium. Google Ads can help organic SEO. They can help or they can hurt. It goes both ways. If you have a bad website and bad Google Ad campaign, then most likely it's going to be hurting your SEO more than it's going to be helping you. If you have a good website, good content, good information, then it's going to help you. And the reason it's going to help you is not like because you're paying Google, now Google is organically ranking you higher, right? That's not, that will be against their algorithm, and it will be against the monopoly. So it's not direct correlation, it's indirect correlation. So when you're placing the Google Ads, you're letting people know you're in business, your awareness, your brand search goes up, and if your bounce rate is low, then this goes into the Google algorithm calculation, right, to CTRs, that you're better at what you're doing. So you're a good business or a good website, and this boosting you up organically. That's the correlation that those two have in between each other. Social media is the same way, right? You need social signals. So you do the paid social media marketing campaign, and you have a link in there that Google sees how many people are sharing your content, how many people are liking your content, how many times your domain appears in certain social media profiles or social media pages. Collect data for remarketing and retargeting. There's like a lot of things that we're collecting data, right? Well, first is we collect data to Google Analytics. Okay? So Google Analytics, we let Google Ads or Facebook Pixel, right, know who are our visitors. They give them their IPs, give them their browser history information, right? So they collect a lot of information on those users, so that way when you're doing the remarketing campaign, you can target those people. Another way that you can get those is through Google Display Marketing, right? If you do Google Display Marketing, then Google is identifying who is searching or who is looking at your ads or whatever it is. You get data from Google Display. That's another way to get data. Third way to get data is from YouTube visitors. People that are watching your YouTube videos. This is another information you can plug in. Say, hey, if you watch this video, I want to show you this ad, right? You can do video remarketing campaign with that, and with Facebook, right? People that like your page, people that engage with your page, those are the people that you can target as well. And finally, you can manually update, right, the data into the Facebook and into the Google. So if you have email address, targeted marketing, and you say, hey, I have 5,000 emails, those are the people that are shopping for Science Chaga products. Or let's say we have data of all homeowners in entire LA County, right? We have a big data, we have over 1 million emails, addresses, and phone numbers of people owning their homes. And we also have data that we have how much are those people making. People making from 50 to 100,000 household, 100,000 to 200,000 household, and 200 and above. That's a email data that we have purchased that we can use for remarketing and retargeting campaigns. Okay, so instead of going after everybody, we can go to specific people. The way that you can do this is, for example, if you look at the, remember the Google Plus story I was explaining you? If you have a data of all the news editors, all the people that write for the news channels and editor publishers, you have their email addresses, you know who they are, you can plug this into a Twitter campaign, or plugging this to your Facebook campaign, or whatever it is, Google ad campaign, right? And then what it is only those people will see your ads. You only pay for the ads for the people that you selected from your list. And it can be very cheap marketing, right? For the $20, $30, you can be on the national news, basically, if you do this the proper way. So that's how we do remarketing through all those different channels. YouTube views can help SEO only if your YouTube video has backlink to your website, right? If it doesn't have a backlink to your website, if it has only your website name and it's not hyperlinked, it doesn't help. It needs to be a hyperlink. Okay, so always make sure that your YouTube videos have in the comment section backlink to your website. Now, how many backlinks to website you have, or how many social media? Always think about it. The link juice calculation, right? So let's say the link juice calculation is one of the most important factors for SEO. Okay. Now it's between content and backlinking. Those are two major factors. Okay, backlinking and content. If you have fresh, good content that is very, knowledgeable. Zig's going to talk more about it. He made a deep research about EAT and YMYL. So this is two factors. So the last question, backlinking still overweigh the content. But if it's bad content, a very good backlinking is still lose-lose situation. So you need both of them in order to rank well. So the link juice calculation works like that. So we have a site A, and site A link value is, let's say, domain authority, page authority 38, 34. Okay? And that's site A on the home page. Okay? So now this authority, this 38, let's say, goes to, you have on the top navigation bar, let's say you have 5 menu items, right? Service 1, 2. So this link just gets distributed in all those pages, right? And now let's say on the site 2, you have content, and you have, let's say, 1, 2, 3. So let's say from 38 it went to 22. Now from 22 you're distributing this link juice into those different pages. So each of those pages gets equal juice from that page. So when you have a YouTube video, and then you have link homepage, link service page, and then you have like 10 social media links, it means that YouTube is 100, okay? YouTube and Twitter are number 1. They have a link juice 100 max. You can have it more than that, okay? So your YouTube channel might have anywhere from 0 to, let's say, 20, 25 if you're a PewDiePie, but let's say if you're a website people, you might have like 7. 7 is your value. So that 7 value, you're distributing 1 hyperlink, 2nd hyperlink, and another 10 hyperlinks. Less value to the link, more links you put in there, right? So you don't want to put too many links. Okay? And if people, let's say from YouTube, are not, signing up for their Instagram or their Facebook or whatever it is, then you don't need all those links in the YouTube comment section, because then you're distributing less link juice to other pages that you want to distribute your link juice. Okay, so you have to always be careful how you're placing those links in certain ways. Okay, but you definitely want to have at least 1 backlink to a website, so every video you create, it gets bigger link juice. Now, what is this discrepancy between 0 and 25? If the YouTube has 100, right? So the top channels, the most popular channels, have the most links. Why do they have the most links? Because they have the most subscribers, right? Because when somebody subscribes to your channel, that YouTube channel means they are giving you an internal backlink, right, from their channel to your channel. Okay, every subscriber is giving you juice. More subscribers you have, your trust, domain trust, and your page trust is increasing, right? Because you have more internal YouTube links to yourself. More videos you create, right, bigger the link juice. More you're being active, you're liking other videos, and you have liking videos to be public, all that stuff. More you interacting on the social media platform, the higher your link juice is, and all the links from that, they have a bigger value. Okay, so how do we do that? It's basically, we always need to ask for subscribers. We always need to, when you use a social media platform, we always need to generate more content, right? We need content. So every video is important for the YouTube ranking. Every picture is important for Yelp ranking, right? Because Yelp ranking works in the same principle that it works any other SEO algorithm. More pictures, more reviews, right? Higher the rating, higher the positioning, right? Because all of those platforms YouTube, Google, Yelp, whatever they are, their only one goal they have is giving the user the best results as fast as possible. Right? That's what they want. If you're searching for the best Italian restaurant near me, they want to show you the best Italian restaurant by their algorithm. They don't go and eat food, like those robots and algorithms don't go and eat actually foods to judge that, but they do have an algorithm that calculates based on number of reviews, based on the latest reviews, right? You can have the most reviews, but you haven't got any reviews for two months. The same thing, you can be the best YouTuber, right? Like PewDiePie, if he goes on vacation for 2 weeks, his views drop automatically, right? From 5 million views that he usually gets per video, he might only get like a 2 million. It takes few days for him to get back to 5 million track because he was sleeping for 2 weeks, right? So that's another algorithm. You need to be constantly active, constantly. So let's say if you have 4 videos that you have created, right? You would upload and you know for a fact you're not going to make more videos in the next month, but a month after you might make more videos. So what you're going to do is you're going to schedule them 1 video a week so they constantly are dripping the new content and showing you being active, right? So in the algorithm, that's how you help yourself grow. The same with the reviews. If you know 5 people are going to give you a review, somebody gives you Monday, somebody Friday, another Tuesday, right? You spread them out throughout the month, so they're constantly being active. And the Yelp algorithm says, oh, it's pretty popular, it's popping, where people are rating it, people are liking it. That's one of the ranking factors that you need to take into consideration. How would you find your service product is seasonable? You will find this through Google Trends. Everybody needs to know what the Google Trends are, okay? So let's look at Sign Chaga and see how they are trending and see if our data has any sense. So let's look at who has used Google Trends before? Anybody used Google Trends before? Raise your hand. Yes? Yep. Okay. So Google Trends, we're gonna see how seasonable. So Google Trends is worldwide data. Okay, you can look on United States, you can look the city, you can look the state. It will tell you, if it goes from 0 to 100, how it's trending. Okay, so peak.
What question is this on this?
What's hot? What's the hottest thing?
How do you find out what's trend?
So let's say.
What's seasonal? Oh.
So let's say Sign Chaga is most popular in February. Okay, in February is the most people searching for Sign Chaga, and the most popular Sign Chaga is in Alaska. Okay? It tells you also the states. So when you do marketing campaign, this is all information that you as an SEO marketer, you need to understand how to read, right? If somebody tells you, hey, my traffic is dropping in June. Okay, let's look at the Google Trends. Maybe June your product is not trending. So if the less people are searching, obviously you're going to have less traffic. How can you have more traffic, right? Yes, we are doing SEO, we are trying to rank you higher, right? But we can make more people search for your product if, let's say, February is 100, and then here in June it's 44. That's like twice less people are searching for Chaga products in the summer than they are, in February. And then you can break down, so you can look United States, or you can go and look entire world, or you can look specific country, right? So you can change the views based on the geo-targeting, right? And you can also change it in different categories or months. You can say, let's see how Chaga has been trending. Let's say if Chaga has a future, it doesn't have a future, okay? So Chaga had some traction in 2004, and it was really low in 2008. It was really low because this is a luxurious thing to do, right? Being healthy stuff, vitamins. When the economy crashes, people don't want to spend money for that. So really low. So economy crashes, it affected Chaga sales. Okay, and now ever since economy started picking up, and Chaga is becoming known product, right? Is increasing and trending to the top. Right? So it's trending really high. So it's a good business to be in, and it's a business that has future. If it's decreasing, then the business doesn't have a future.
Bet long.
Yes. Okay? You can compare. So we can compare now Chaga mushroom, we can compare it with only Chaga. Let's say if there is any comparison with those two. Okay, so now we have two colors. Okay, so let's say if Chaga and Chaga mushrooms have any relationship or correlation between search and trends. Okay, so you see they have pretty similar graph. that means they're identical keywords. They're very similar keywords. People looking for chaga or chaga mushroom is the same thing. Okay, even though chaga in Russia means party, right, Melina? Yeah, but it's very different. Yeah. Okay, so those are Google Trends, and this is how we identify if business is seasonable or not. Let's look at one seasonable business. That would be, let's say,
Electric scooters.
Let's look at the United States, because when you look for the season, we need to look in the country, because worldwide won't be season. Let's go. Okay, let's look at skiing. Let's see how skiing is popular in the United States. And let's look at 1 year, because we don't want to look entire year. So let's look at the skiing. What's happening with skiing?
Christmas time.
You see, so people are not really skiing in the summer here in the United States of America, but the most popular skiing is right here, right? March is the most popular, right? Ski lift, right? March, where people were there selling tickets, the less of the season and for the new season. So it's the most popular search term. Let's look at the AC repair, for example. Let's see how people are searching for AC repair.
Christmas time.
Okay, AC repair. You see, AC repair is trending right here in the summer, and then it dies out in October, and you start picking up in end of April. Okay, so this is how you can identify, not through Google Analytics, because Google Analytics might have wrong information, through Google Trends. Okay, that's the correct answer. Google Trends.
Would there be something we need to do differently during like the off seasons for like clients whose traffic isn't going to go that well because it's not trending? Is there something we should do so that when it is trending?
Yes. So you see, good question. So what we do for our AC people is, so they have two different types of services. They fix the AC or they fix the furnace, the HVAC, right, for heating. So let's go and look at heating repair. So we are basically changing hyperlinks, and we have built. Okay, so see a little bit when heating is not doing that good, like furnace and stuff. You see they have some furnace here in the winter. You see, furnace is basically picking up a little bit, right? And now if you look, let's say he is not doing United States, right? Because that's United States is a big country, and
right.
some people need heating, like 24/7.
So if you
So
furnace down?
let's look at California.
Why don't people have
Okay.
furnaces in America?
That's more heater, I think.
Yeah.
You probably got heater.
Let's look, we can do HVAC repair. Let's do HVAC. And it tells you by the city. If you want to look at the city, metro, or we can do city, like a city, whatever it is. Los Angeles is the most popular in San Diego for AC repair. Okay? So that's how we identify trends through Google Trends. Okay? Some of you wrote Google Analytics, some of you didn't write anything. But not many people Google it, traffic sales, Google Trends tool, Bobby, okay? So how many Google ranking factors do you guys know? Not many.
24.
It's hard to name them all. I know there's
Many. Three, 6,
There's
5.
24.
There is over 200 Google ranking factors that we know of, and they were published by the parent department in Google LLC back in 2000. Okay, so Google factors are, let's say, the most popular, the most important Google factors are backlinking and content. Those are two most important, right? Domain registration is one of the factors. Very small factor, but it's an important factor. If your domain expires the next month, right, that's a very bad factor for your SEO. Your domain should be registered for 5 years, 10 years in advance. If your domain is under GoDaddy, right, Arizona, prior protection, that's bad for Google. It's always hurting your ranking. You need to expose your information. And if domain is registered under your private address, is bad. It should be registered under your business address. Okay? So domain registration should match Google My Business, should match Yelp information, so the way Google knows who is behind that domain. Okay? Then we have navigation. Let's say how you are linking your self-content, right? That's very important. Internal linking is a very big factor. Very big factor is if your content has good information, is deciding information you're claiming, right? Best dentist, benefits of science chaga, all of that stuff is important. Higher rating. How are you as a business rated on internet? Are people talking good things about you, or people talking bad things about you, right? We have right now customers, let's say Elite Storage and Moving, they have a very bad reputation. We had customer Go Hawaii Shuttle, they have a very bad reputation. So with the new algorithm system, right, and artificial intelligence, they can identify that, right? Google can see how many places are rating your business online. And if you're a bad rated business, then you're bad for Google too, okay? It's costing you a lot of money in Google Ads to place the ads, and it's costing you more money on SEO to rank well. So rating is important. So you should constantly get feedback from the customers and get constant rating, right? Because you have, usually, if you're still in business, you should have more happy customers than you have unhappy customers. So you have to work on that rating. The rating is a ranking factor, right? Social media signals. How many people are talking about you? How many people are hashtagging you, right? How many people are checking in with your business? How many people check in your Facebook? How many people check in your Yelp? Right? That's an important ranking factor. Speed. Let's say website speed. Speed is an important factor. I gave you guys a graph, broke down based on the latest finding. Right? The speed, for example, is 3% of ranking. Right now in 2018, it's 3%. Then we have domain age. Right? If the domain just registered yesterday, that's a new domain. It's very young. It doesn't have history. It doesn't have way back machine. It doesn't have any of that data. So if you are to start a new business, it's better to buy the old domain that's been registered in the past. It has some data, and then rebrand it, right? So the older domains have advantage with the new domain. Then we have keywords in the content, right? So if you don't have a keyword in the content, you want to rank for something. If, let's say, Elite Storage and Moving wants to rank for Glendale Moving, he needs to have Glendale in his website. If he doesn't have Glendale in his website, and we're backlinking Glendale and building links for Glendale, he will never rank for Glendale. Because if he doesn't have Glendale on the website, why would Google show him if he doesn't talk about it, right? Do the pictures have name? Are the pictures names keywords, or the pictures names, for example, slider 1, image 1, image 2, right? That's very important. How the website is program encoded, right? How many requests is sending through website? Does it have privacy policy? Does it have terms and conditions? All those are important factors. Also, how the user are experiencing your website. You see, if like Sanchaga, your mobile unfriendly website, UX is low, so it's hard to navigate. You have all the links in the little hamburger, right? That's bad for ranking. So you're dropping your ranking on mobile search results, and that's one of the important ranking factors. Okay, so there is on SEO Expert Danny, there is a backlink Co infographic with 228 ranking factors. Nice infographic, very long. It's also Website Depot, right? You put a Website Depot link. So look at that. We'll print it out later for you so you can see all 200 ranking, kind of understand how is Google calculating this, ranking. Only knowing 5 or 6 is not enough. How can you find out how many keywords does your site rank for? SEMrush is not very accurate information, okay? SEMrush is just something that wants to be Google. The accurate information you're going to get is to the Search Console. Search Console will tell you how many keywords are you ranking in Google, right? And this is what we're going to show you right now. Is the section is Search Console. So that's what we're going to talk about. And this is Search Console overview, okay? So this is a new Search Console. This is how it looks today. Now we need more information from Search Console. We are looking at the old Search Console, also called Webmaster Tools. So the way you access that is basically down here. It says go to old version. Let me cast that so you guys can see. And you access Search Console with the same account that you access Google Analytics. Okay, so it says Google Analytics support a Website Depot or Google Website Depot or whatever it is. This is an email that you're going to access your Search Console. Search Console is basically, giving you all the information, the health issues with the website, what Google sees, which pages Google ranked, which pages Google didn't rank, and all that information you're going to get to Search Console. The new Search Console doesn't give enough information. It's more mobile first design. It gives you overviews, performance, audio, all that stuff. But I would rather show you the old Search Console, which has more information that is important for the SEO experts. Okay, so let's say performance can tell you which keywords you're ranking for, right? So this is the proper answer to this question. So right now, Google is telling us 999 keywords, and SEMrush for Sanchaga, you will see only like 280, 250. Right? You won't see all of them. Because Sanchaga, the SEMrush doesn't have all this data, see? And then you can also do, so this was called Webmaster Tools, okay? It's an old way. It shows you the more deeper information about how Google is reading your website. So the first thing we do is we look at a message. Maybe there is some update. Maybe the website got penalized. Maybe something happened with the website. So look at the message, see what is the last message. So last message was new mobile issues detected for Sanchaga. See, Google is not happy with Sanchaga mobile website. Mobile website doesn't look good. So there is an error right here, and we're going to identify this error now. We're going to go and we're going to look at what is wrong with this error, okay? So we're going to go under search traffic, and we're going to go mobile usability. So see, Google is constantly finding some mobile issues with this website, right? And we can click on it. And one is content wider than screen, and another one is clickable too close together, right? So this is the page that Google is complaining for. It tells us what it is. We can test it. We can remove the error by the Google looking at it. So we already fixed this page. There was a banner with a text on top of it. Mark style design, print design. So when you have a mobile device, the same, you guys created an SEO Academy event page with that banner, right? And on the Instagram ads and the Facebook mobile ads, the banner is not readable. Users can read small text, right? Because when you're shrinking the image, you're shrinking the text. The text is so small. On your nice big computers, you can read the banner, looks nice. But when you look at a mobile device, it's garbage. Nobody can read it. It's a bunch of gibberish. So you need to make sure that when you have a text and images, you only have big text, okay, and not too much text. Like branded images, phone number, website, or something like that. Not the whole paragraph of information, because it's not going to look good in mobile. You will be penalized, right, by Google and social media algorithms. Some of your Facebook ads will be disapproved. Facebook wouldn't approve those ads because text is too small. Now, the first thing that we usually look at Search Console after the messages is scroll errors. We want to know what is Google reading and what is Google complaining about our website, okay? So we're going to Google crawl errors. It tells us basically, how many errors we have. It tells us if Google likes our desktop site better than our mobile site. So right now, see, we are already mobile index first, right? You saw the messages. We can tell also this by 82 non-found 44 links, while on the desktop we can see only 15. Okay, we can compare some sites that are not mobile first yet indexing. They have the numbers other way around. So here Google is complaining about 4 times his access was denied. So Google was not allowed to go to the certain folders of the website. Google was blocked out, right? Google doesn't like to be blocked out of some places. One was blocked that we fixed yesterday, right? So yesterday, block on Sanchaga didn't work, right? Google was blocked out, we were blocked out, so that's one big error that happened. Ranking dropped immediately. Okay, so today we're gonna give you the class, so you're gonna get answers to all those questions. Okay, so that's the point of this academy today, to show you those tools, to show you how to read them, to better understand them, and to understand some myths and logics about certain things. So the most important tool for any SEO or any online marketing is Google Analytics. Okay, Google Analytics basically gives you entire overall view how the website is performing, how many people are coming to the website, what people are doing on the website. Right? It gives you so much information that you, as a webmaster of the website, you should always be looking at Google Analytics. If you're the developer, then definitely you want to see where the website has problems, right? So you have a tools, we'll show you right now how to identify where is the website hurt, where is loading too long, where are the high exits of the page. So that's, for example, for the web developers. If you're a content creator, then Google Analytics will give you the data, which of the blog posts have the most traffic, right? So if you see the certain blog posts have a lot of traffic, those are the blog posts, those are the articles you would like to write more about it in the future. If some don't have enough of the traction, then you don't want to use them. If you're a social media marketer, the same way, right? You want to see which blog posts are popular on your website, right? And then share those blog posts on social media platforms, right? Reshare them, and then maybe go edit them a little bit, update them, add more information, more images to it, so they can even rank better, and share those blog posts on social media. If you are the SEO expert or SEO manager, then definitely you want to see other data, right? Is the traffic spiking? Is the traffic dropping? What is happening with the users? What is the flow? Why are they leaving the website? For what reason they're leaving, right? And then you put all those puzzles together to make the right decisions. What changes you need to do in your website? Where do you need to optimize your website? And how you're going to do that the best? Because you can keep doing the website forever. Website is never perfect and never completed. There's always something that can be done or something that can be added to the website. Okay, so now I'll walk you through Google Analytics a little bit into the details, so you guys can see where we can get this information from. Okay, so we're going to be using for the case study one of the sites. Let's use the one I had meeting yesterday. Okay, so we'll use this one. Site Jaga, okay. Yes. So this is how your Google Analytics look like as soon as you log in. All of you guys already logged in Google Analytics, right? Okay. So this is just a dashboard that is looking at 1 week comparison, this default view, overview of the website. So now, first is, if you see something wrong with Google Analytics, you always want to make sure the Google Analytics are working properly. So the way you do that is basically you go to the real-time overview, right? And then what you do is you basically go to another tab or the phone, and then you would search for that website, Google organically, making sure that code is implemented correctly and making sure that you are getting all the data. Because sometimes what happens is we are not getting data. So now I should say another visitor coming here from Los Angeles, and it should say that I am on frequently asked question page. Okay, boom. You see? So what I was doing on the phone right now is in real time happening on Google Analytics. So my check mark is Google Analytics code is working properly, is tracking the data, right? I came to the website, and now I can also see other data. Let's say if I want to see traffic source, let's see what source is now saying that I came from. So my source is as organic, right? I basically type in Sign Chart in Google search, and I scroll down and click on the website. So I'm organic visitor. Okay, that's basic understanding that you need to know if code is working or not. Because sometimes you look at Google Analytics, you will see the code is not working, so that's how you test the code. That's how developers are testing the code when they're like plugging into the website, making sure that it's really working. Okay?
Then one question, if the code is on the index page, and after that it's all on the sub-page, other page, all be the same code, right? How?
Yes, code needs to be in a header. So in a CMS websites, they program the code, you just plug it in one spot. In PHP website or HTML website, you need to copy the code on every page. That's old school, right? So
yes.
Sometimes it could happen the code is not working properly because it wasn't implemented properly, or maybe it's too lower into the body, right? So there are other tools that we can show later how you can identify that. So now first overview that you would like to do to see what's really happening in this website is basically you're going to go to acquisitions, right? And then acquisitions, you're going to go on an all traffic source medium. This is something that you want to see, and usually you want to do last 30 days and compare. This is like a favorite view you want to do in Google Analytics. This is a view that gives you the most information at glance immediately, and then you will dig deeper. So right now what we're looking is we're comparing last 30 days with previous 30 days. Source medium sources tells us where the traffic was coming from, right? was organic. Who is sending us? Google, Bing, Yahoo, right? We see which search engine is sending us traffic to social media, and then we see the traffic increase. We see that revenue have increased 12%, right? Traffic increased 2%. So we went from sessions. Okay, so you guys know what sessions are, right? Session and users. So how many people we have in last 30 days we see under new users? We have 14,461 people, right? Which is 400 people less, but more than the previous month.
That was a month?
Yes.
That's
Yes.
good.
Yes, that's good. So, and out of that you can see that direct traffic. Now, what is direct traffic? Who knows what direct traffic?
When they type it into the address bar directly.
Wrong answer.
When they type in on Google, Scientology?
No.
I don't know.
Direct traffic, basically, see, you gotta understand that. Direct traffic is a traffic that it wasn't identified by Google Analytics where it came from.
That was
It could be, it wasn't. Google doesn't have data. They might be browsing incognito, private mode. They just appear on a website somehow, and they were not sharing information with us, right? It could be direct traffic. It could be like just going directly to the URL, but not all of it. Just one small portion of it, right? Not that many people go and type in this into the URLs, okay? So when Google is unable to identify where the traffic is coming from, it drops it under direct traffic. This is a category that has all of the traffic. So sometimes you will see that, let's say, DuckDuckGo search engine, right? It's an encrypted search engine that doesn't share user information with anybody else. That traffic would usually be under direct traffic. When you start breaking it down, then you can see where it's coming from, what countries, or So usually when we do the overview, if the direct traffic is 50%, then we would say, okay, 10 to 15% people directly came to the website, the other 35%, you spread it out equally into other sources.
So will this answer be incorrect then, or no?
No, just part of the traffic. That's the biggest mistake, because people think that how many people know about them, right? The first thing that happens is, that we will talk later about is, if you shut down the Google ads, let's say you're doing the Google ads, like someone's Google ads, $3,000 a month. When you shut it down, all the traffic drops. Organic traffic drops, direct traffic drops, right? All of the traffic drops immediately. That's the reason. Okay, so when you put these puzzles together, you understand that Google ads, right? They help entire overflow of the website to have more traffic. So, and then after that, what is showing us behavior, the bounce rate. So look, the bounce rate basically went up. You see, this bounce rate is still really low, but it went up a lot. And then the paid sessions, you see, paid sessions went up from 1.2 to 1.3 pages. This is how many users, right? So this number is very low. So some of this traffic is very bad quality traffic. That's how you can determine is a good quality traffic or bad quality traffic. The bounce rate is low, but how many pages they see is not good for the e-commerce store, right? E-commerce store, somebody to check out, they need to see at least 4 to 5 pages minimum to check out the product. So in an average, they're just seeing 1.2 or 1.3 pages. That means one good page. That's it, most of the people, okay? So that's very important. Now we have how long they are on the website. You see 36 seconds is an average on the website, which is okay. Here, what is not applying are filters. So a lot of this traffic that you see right here is basically traffic that came from, people updating the website or whatever it is, so we can apply specific filters. So don't calculate traffic from Website Depot team, don't calculate traffic from Scientology team, don't calculate traffic from certain sources, okay? And then we have e-commerce tracking. E-commerce tracking basically tells us how many transactions took place on a website. So we can see right now, and of course if this is an e-commerce website. If the website is not an e-commerce website, if the website is, let's say, a phone, like Website Depot, when you have phone calls, or attorney's website where the phone rings, or somebody needs to fill out the contact form, then you will see different goals here. So conversion can be, let's say, instead of an e-commerce, it can be like contact us page or phone number or whatever, right? This could be all goals. Okay? So, and after you review this page, so right now you can go, you know what's happening. Now I want to go deeper. So we're going to see what happened with organic traffic. Organic traffic increased in last 30 days 22%. Okay? New users increased 26%. That's very important data for SEO, right? So the SEO in the last 30 days was way better. Website was way better than it was before. That's website that's been penalized by Google Medic, so it's recovering. You can see the website is in recovery mode right now. It's not like a celebrity Dennis that is not in recovery mode. So, and you see what the traffic data is, but you see no matter what, the traffic increase, revenues drop from organic sources. Okay? Now we have Bing. So here you have Google, Ads, Bing, and then you just keep scrolling and get more information. What else is happening? Bing Organic dropped 9%. Chaga 101. This is somebody that he strike the contract with, so we can now identify the program special link, right? UTM source. It now tells us we place specific link on Chaga 101. So now we know Chaga 101 sent us 136 sessions, 85 users. We make 7 sales, and we make $600 from the link from Chaga 101. So Chaga 101 and Sign Chaga made a contract, right? So now he's going to be paying commission based on the sales from Chaga 101. And that's all tracked through Google Analytics. Okay? So, any questions about this source medium?
What kind of link do you put on Sign Chaga 101?
It's like whenever you put links, you can put the UTM links, like a special Google Analytics links, that it can break it down into the sources, you see?
So you're the one that creates the link on the back end and give it to the webmaster over to put it on?
Yeah. You don't have to create the backend, you can just make up the link.
What is UTM?
UTM is like a source. The Google Analytics in the URL, it gets disregarded. In WordPress, HTML gets disregarded, but it connects to Google data, right? To the Google source. Because Google Analytics has information who is coming to the website, right? Where is coming to the website, and then they want to know the source. And when you put the UTM, you tell Google that this is the source. So if we didn't do that, that Sign Chaga traffic could be direct traffic, right? Or it could be referral traffic. Now, for some reason, we can't supervise our websites, our program. Sign Chaga 101 is not considered refer traffic. So if we took that link off, the source UTM link, then that would be direct traffic, considered direct traffic, which is wrong, right? And why is that? Because the Chaga 101 is not sharing information, right? So those, is sending anonymous traffic to the other websites, okay?
What reasons would there be that they're not sharing info? Is that like if they're not using Google Analytics and they're using something else?
They're not using Google Analytics, or they just don't want to, the robots are off, or whatever. They don't want people to know what's happening on their website. A lot of websites, I mean, the bigger websites that they have a lot of robots blocked. Let's say if you look at US Legal, for example, the robots file is like like 2 pages long, because they're blocking SEMrush, they're blocking Woorank, they're blocking a lot of those tools, so they can't get information from their website. So they want to have the information private. They don't want to be shared with other So you look at the SEMrush, traffic shows 0, not because they have 0 traffic, just because they're blocking SEMrush robots, crawlers, from picking up the data from their website. This is a best overview, right? By my opinion, that you can get from Google Analytics at glance. If you need to look at them for like 2 minutes, this is what you're going to look at. If you have longer time, and now you're saying, hey, I need to optimize this website. I need to see how can I improve this website. Now you can see where you can be looking at it, right? So now what we're going to look at it is basically we're going to go under behavior section. Okay. Behavior section is basically one of the important SEO ranking factors. We want to see what's happening with the users on the website. What are they doing? Where are they going? Right? What is the data with those websites, and which pages are the most visited pages on this website? So as we can see is that homepage is usually a most popular page. Okay. So / that means homepage. Okay. So that's the full, it has 1,600 page views, so page views went up. Okay, and then we can see that the next page was Chaga Raw. So Raw Chaga page lost a lot of traffic in the last 30 days. That's because Raw Chaga ranking went from page 1 to page 3. Okay, so we can see this right now, right here. Without even looking at the ranking report, we can assume that ranking has dropped. Now, what could have happened on this page? Maybe the page speed went up, right? Maybe some internal linking was wrong, right? Somebody else linked the Raw Chaga on a blog post to another page or supposed to, or something has happened in these last 30 days with this landing page. So we need to now go and engineer and make sure this page gets back to the first page of Google. Then we have Chaga Extract, the same thing, 8% drop. Shop page, it's not a landing page. Okay, Shop page is just a page where you have a shop. So obviously, if raw Chaga product pages are dropping the traffic, the shop page needs to drop traffic as well, right? And then we have the most popular blog post that there is on the website is this blog, Chaga tea, how much should you drink? Okay, and that's what we had earlier, answers to the public. This is the most interesting blog post, and that's a blog post that now we should work on, right? So the content creator should go on this blog post, edit it, expand it, make it a little bigger, polish it, give it the details. The social media person should go and share this blog post, let's say once a month on the social media, so we can get more traction. It's popular, people want to read it, people want to talk about it, right? And then the web developers, they should see how the speed loads on this website, right, on this page. Is the image optimized properly? Is it loading fast enough, right? And we'll break this down in other sections. Okay, so this is overview of what's happening with the traffic. And if you want to see this site content, okay? Now we want to look at all the site content, and we're going to go a little bit wider. So instead of 30 days, what we're going to change right now, we're going to go and we're going to be looking like 3-month traffic, okay? So we'll be looking from July. That's how we're going to be looking. So we have more information. So we are looking at 50,000 and 80,000 people. So we're looking at very bigger data right now. So again, you see, not set is basically Google couldn't determine where or exactly they landed, right? It's a lot of traffic. And those are most likely bots, right, or something like that. That's not exactly like real traffic, but homepage, you see.
Can exit pop-up also anything, Danny?
Yeah, we can see all of that stuff. Okay. So you see, Chaga tea, how much should I drink, used to be more popular. See, something happened with this page. Okay, so you used to generate, let's say around 400, 500 people, and now it's dropping, back to like 300 people. Okay, so we wanna see what happened with this page. We wanna see. We want to Google this, question to see where are we ranking. We want to add these keywords to our ranking factors, right, to our ranking search box, so we can see how it's moving up and down. Because that keyword is generating a lot of information. We also can see that this blog post is not generating any money. So now we need to figure it out how we're going to lay that page out, right, so we can have those people that are reading about drinking Chaga tea to navigate them easier to our Chaga tea products. Okay, so at the end of the page you can say you should consider those products for Chaga tea. We have 3 different Chaga teas. And then we have Chaga raw, Chaga extract, those are category pages for products, and then we have the 6th one is Chaga safe during pregnancy. It's another blog post, right? So now the content creator is looking through those landing pages, see which ones are most popular, which one get the most traffic, which ones need to have additional work done, or which one we should talk more about it, okay? And you can see, breastfeeding, about sign Chaga, and you have 1,300 pages that Google is sending us a ranking for, traffic to, okay? So lower we go, less traffic is gonna be. Sometimes, if you look at the 5,000 data, it just loads a bit longer, so we'll just do 100. So this is 100 top landing pages on Sign Chaga. Okay. Now I would like to identify which of those pages making the most money. Okay. So I'm going to go on the revenues. Okay. I want to go down the revenues. Okay. So this is the revenues wise. Okay. So which of those landing pages brings the most money to the table? Okay. So then we can see. Usually the number 1 page should be a home page, unless we have specific campaigns. Then Chaga raw is the second one, okay, and then we have extract powder, another one. Not set, you see, not set. Told you there's a lot of robots here, so that's why the revenues are so low, even though we have 38,000 and 68,000 impressions and sessions from that. And then cart checkout. See, this is something wrong with the tracking that is tracking with those pages as a pages to be landing pages for conversion. So usually what happens is those could be email marketing campaigns, okay? If they have email marketing campaign, just click here and adds it to cart automatically. It could be social media ads, right? Directly to the product or whatever it is. And then I have here some Russian traffic coming in. So see, Russian, yesterday client said that he hasn't made any money, but it looks like he did make from Russia Russia visitor $429. Okay?
Should screenshot that.
Yeah.
Sent in.
Product bags. So this is what I can see here. Now I want to know is, I'm going to now show you how the content is drilled down by users. Okay, so this is another thing that you want to look at it to see if the website is navigation layout properly. Let's say Sanchaga navigation is not layout properly for mobile devices, because on mobile devices what you see on the bottom of the website is terms and conditions, customers information, returns and shipping. You see something that it doesn't really entice you to convert into the other pages. So this is how content goes. So we see we have a lot of issues that not enough people go to the product pages because mobile traffic is so high. We'll see how much mobile traffic in comparison to internet, desktop traffic, and it's decreasing amount of revenues. So we need to optimize navigation the way users can easily access. If they go from chaga powder, if they go to raw chaga, to go to chaga tea, right? Not only to the main navigation menu, but also to the footer navigation menu, which is mobile, very attractive, right? You're done scrolling, look at the bottom of the page, you want to know what to do next. So this is how we're going to do that. And we want to see exit page, we want to see which are the pages that are basically, the main reason our customers, visitors are leaving our website. So we look at the exit pages, and what we can see the exit pages, of course, number one is always going to be a home page. Home page is usually the page that loses the most people, just because most people get to that page, right? What we can do is, we can sort them by percent of exit, okay? And it's very difficult because this website is big to go through all those pages, but just so you know, there are some pages here, right, that have a big exit, 100% exit ratio, okay? Advanced Google Analytics, you can sort by through sequencing. It has a sequence sorting, right? But it's expensive. Advanced Google Analytics are $40,000 a year to basically have the license to have those functions. So there's a lot of digging to do. But let's say if we go by page views, okay. So now we have Rochaga, for example. Rochaga has a very big exit page. 21% visitors are gone automatically from that page. Okay, the reason behind it is because it has 3 products it's laying out, and it has some content, and it's not enough attractive to basically engage the consumer, right? First of the products, there is the text, there's no images, besides the 3 product images, no reviews, nothing is showing.
Video.
So we need to optimize this page, right? So that way visitors are going to convert faster and more often.
Is it bad to have like a page that has high bounce rate? Because I mean, not every page is going to be what everybody wants to look at, right?
Of course. But you see that if you're ranking for, let's say, Rochaga, this website is going to, this landing page is going to show, not a home page.
Yeah.
So they're already looking for what you have to show them. But you didn't show them the way they were expecting it, right?
Yeah.
They see the products right away, but they're like, hey, wait, I need to know what Rochaga is. I don't know what it is. Like, explain to me. Now we are telling, we have that content on the website, but they need to go to multiple pages. To see what the Rochaga is, they need to go to About Chaga page. That's only one page, right? Now if we want to show them reviews, they need to go inside the product page. That's another page. If you want to show them the video, they need to go to inside the product page on another tab. Now on the mobile device, that's a lot of going, right? It's like hiking on the website, okay? People rather go to Amazon, right? Because Amazon, everything is on one page. On Amazon, once you are on the product page, Rochaga, or whatever page you are at, you're going to see all the information. You're going to see details, deeper details, reviews, suggested products. You'll see all the information. There's no reason for you to go back to the main hamburger, right? And go and dig and hike around Amazon to figure it out if that product is good or bad. With Sanchaga, this is what you need to do, because that's how it's laid out, basically, right? Okay, now next one we want to look at it is site speed. Okay, so now Google Analytics can give us the page timings for every single page on Sanchaga. So when you guys are running GT Matrix and you see 13 seconds, you're like, hey Chad, upgrade the home page, and he's like, okay, I'll upgrade the home page. And what he does is he reduces the sizes of images, blah 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 blah. Right? The home page is the most important page, but there is other pages that are 20, 30, 40 seconds, right? Now you understand which pages are popular. Now you want to see which pages are the pages that take the longest to load. Okay, so we can sort here average page load time. Okay, and what we're going to do now, we're going to disable now the comparison so it doesn't confuse us. Okay, so now we see that homepage takes twice as much time like our average, this is right speed. So average homepage time speed is 10 seconds based on this data, right? Raw chaga, you see, that's a problem. Raw chaga 65% more than our average 5 seconds. 65% on top of 5 seconds, that's like 8 to 9 seconds. Our chaga extract, for example, that's the one that is loading faster than 5 seconds. It's 42% less than 5 seconds, okay? So it tells you the seconds right here. 5 seconds is our average time load. The red means more, the green means less. Because red is bad, green is good. Okay? That's how you read that. Now, I want to see, based on this data, okay?
So then it says 104%, does that mean 11 seconds almost? Or is
Yes.
it 100? Is that what it means?
Almost 11 seconds, yeah. So now I have page values. So see, the checkout pages are working good. So those are good. They have a good speed. Okay, I'm happy with those. What I'm not happy is with the popular pages. Okay? So I'm not extract powder. I'm not happy with this page. And obviously not about chaga. See, about chaga is the page that has the most information.
Yeah.
It takes the longest. It takes 232% more than 5 seconds. Right? So how many seconds does it take? What do you think? 13? 17?
17.1 seconds.
17 seconds.
17.1.
An average. Okay? That's a lot of information. Because 100% is times 2,
Yeah.
200% is times 3. It's a little bit tricky when you have percentage rate, right? So 200 is 3 times 5 seconds plus 30%. 17 seconds. Let's look at more pages. Let's see which ones are drastic. You have another one. Look, product chunks. You see chunks? Another issue. 283% more, right? Check out is 56% more than 5 seconds. So this is the information that you need to look at it, okay, when you're optimizing website for speed. Okay, which other pages need help? Not just a home page. There's other pages that need help. And we do this to the page timings under behavior, under Google Analytics. That's why this is very important. I told you, Google Analytics is the most important SEO tool that every SEO expert uses.
Daniel, will Google penalize you if your subpages are lower speed, but your homepage is very smooth under, let's say, 3 seconds, but your subpages are, let's say, are like 12 seconds, 14 seconds, 16
Of course,
seconds.
it's CTR and a bounce rate, right? The bounce rate, you see, bounce rate on this page, product chunks, bounce rate must be like, 80-90% more than an average bounce rate on our website. Improvements which you do, right? So, based on their data, this is a big Google ranking factor. Okay, so this is information you should always be looking at on Google Analytics tab. And then when you find something, let's say when you're finding this information, you should be putting, to-do lists, right? Page speed optimization. Those are the 5 pages that I identified. They need to be optimized as soon as possible. They're popular. They have a lot of traffic, right? We're losing revenues on them. So those need to be optimized as soon as we can. Let me zoom on this computer. Let's look at audience. Okay. So look what's happening with the audience. Because we are so bad mobile optimized site, right? And our CTR is so low that basically Google says we guys are not going to get 60% of mobile traffic like every other website. So mobile desktop traffic that we have is basically 46,000, 83% is traffic from the desktops. Okay? Eventually what happens with the website, now when Google make new algorithm called mobile index first, is basically showing you less in search results if your website is not mobile responsive and optimized for mobile devices. And that doesn't mean that it responds properly, right? Because that's the easy peasy when you're done with that. what is important is that the UX, UI, right, experience for the mobile user is very simple. Like how are you passing internal linking juice to the mobile device, right? So if on every page that you have in the footer, you have those links, customer service, terms and conditions, privacy policy, those are your most important pages. That's what you're stating based on mobile index first algorithm, right? Because if you look at this mobile side chart, you guys bring up the mobile devices out, and we go to the home page of Sanchaga. And now try to go to the bottom of the page and look at those links. About us, contacts, wholesale, our blog, login, cart, order tracking, edit my account, reset password. Look at those things. Reset password, right, is on the bottom of the page. How many people are those 100,000 people that came to Sanchaga need to reset their password?
Let's look at the traffic.
Yeah, maybe zero. Because if they did reset the password, they reset the password from my account area, not from the footer of the website. So see that from the UX UI experience, those links at the bottom are garbage.
Yeah,
They need to be conjunct into like 4 or 5 links, my account, boom, and then the website is missing basement. The terms and conditions to return, privacy policy, and sitemap should be where the responsive web design is, the website depot. Very small link, very small power going out of these websites.
And I'm just trying to say, is this better because of the pyramid? It's fastest to that page first. It's a 2-layer versus a 3-layer. What you're saying?
Like imagine mobile index first is basically all of the links that all of our important links are in this hamburger. How much of the space this hamburger takes?
5, 6, maybe.
Huh?
50%, 40%.
Hamburger?
Oh no, I'm sorry.
Hamburger?
When you click on it,
It's like 1% on the entire screen.
Yeah, of course.
So in 1% we have the most important links.
Yeah. I said when you click on it, it collapses. Yeah.
And then from this 1%, now we have to go to shop now. Then from shop now, we have to go to this shop category, and then we have to figure out what we want to do. Right? It's very difficult to navigate. So we need to have those shop categories on the bottom of the website, right? That way, the mobile user, mobile experience will be better, bounces will be lower, and more consumers gonna, turn into the customers. So this is very important information. On average, traffic right now is 60-40, 60% mobile, 40% desktop. That's worldwide average traffic, okay? So for Sanchaga, 84% desktop and 40% mobile is very low percentage rate on mobile devices. So the website has mobile issues.
Could be also the age category people are looking at, older people are looking at for sign versus younger people too?
How do you mean?
Older people use more desktop versus young people use mobile?
That could be one of the things, but not that many more. Yeah, you have older people now mobile devices too. Getting used to it. Checking out and shopping. It is basically the bot traffic. You see, the bot traffic usually comes from desktops.
Yeah.
So remember the big direct traffic that we were looking at, that unknown data. That's most likely out of a bot traffic. Okay? A lot of bot traffic. Also traffic, let's say we ran a couple of Screaming Frog reports, right? That's a lot of traffic.
Oh yeah.
And not just one person ran it, but like 4 people in our company ran it. That's a lot of traffic that went to Sanchaga. The Google didn't know where it came from. Right? And Google thinks it's a direct traffic. Zig thinks direct traffic is not direct traffic. It's us doing some tricks. Okay. So, if, let's say your site, like let's say we have US Legal site, right? US Legal site is one of the biggest sites we work with. They have over 1 million visitors. If I plug them in right now, the site search information will be very interesting for them.
Is that for a year or like
A month.
a month?
Yeah. So for them it's very interesting, like what are people searching on their website. So that's why we are not doing advanced SEO. For all the searches what people are searching the most, we're creating the landing pages. Okay? So when you're going to search from Google, we're going to land straight on our landing pages, search result pages within our website. Sanchaga, let's see what people are searching. because they have a search bar. Oh, we don't have data. They're searching nothing. So the search space that we are using for search on the top of the header of the website, we should get rid of that. It doesn't do any good. There's no terms, nobody's searching nothing. Okay? Now, I want to look more at the audience. So, Bobby says that most of the people on this website are old people. Okay?
I'm going with that.
Okay. So let's look at the information.
I'll take it for 200.
65 years plus only 10% of the people. Okay, Google Analytics, we can also see how old people are on our website. So the most people on our website are 25 to 34 years old. Okay,
How many percent? I can't see.
28%.
That's not bad. That's a lot young.
Yeah, the older than 65, like all old people, like you
I
mentioned.
said older like me, 50 and over, maybe.
50 and over, okay, 50 and over, 16%.
That's all I wanted to know.
Okay, now,
You be on that side, Bobby?
very interesting information is that the most money, you see, the most money we make from people that are between 45 and 54 years old. Okay?
Rob's right.
Okay? So they're only 17% of them, but you know, they make 28% revenues. Okay? And then people from 55 to 64, which is 16% of them, they make 21% of their revenues. Okay? And then the youngsters, for example, the 18 to 24, you know, usually, you know, those people don't have a lot of money to do those health habits. It's only, you know, $700. It's less than 9% transactions from those people. Okay, so Instagram is not as powerful platform for Santiago like it would be Facebook or something like that. This is information you can get, and also important is that here in this information that maybe we look at the longer span. If you want to make, you see now, when you would like to make certain statements, like this statement we were just making, we need to go into the broader length of the data, right? We shouldn't be looking right now on $7,000 revenues. We should be looking on $150,000 revenue and break it down and see what it is. It will be more accurate information. Longer the span, more accurate information. So the last 30 days you're doing, when you're doing a glance overview, when you're pulling out data for the client, the age, then you can't be doing it like that. Okay, so let's re-record that. Okay, we'll do it again. Okay, so we're going to look right now at information. What is the age of our users on our website? The way we're going to do that is we're going to look at the traffic for the past 2 years. Okay, so we're looking at a broader span of data. So we're going to go here, 2016, boom, apply, and now we have 2-year plus data in front of our screens. So we generated the people, the age that we know, basically, right? Because we don't know, Google doesn't know age of all the people, and we can see from this graph that before we took hands on this website, before Website Depot was involved, these Google Analytics were not set up properly. They didn't have demographics enabled. Okay? You have to manually enable demographics in order to see demographics, and you can only see them in the future from the moment you enable them. You cannot see them in the past. Because you need to change your privacy policy on your website, letting user know, say, I'm collecting information on you. I'm collecting how old are you, I'm collecting where you're coming from, what gender you are, I'm collecting all that information. So you make changes on Google Analytics and you make changes on privacy policy, right? So that's why this data is not $150,000 like I mentioned, it's gonna be, is only $43,000. And also there is data missing because some people, like I said, direct traffic, people that Google didn't know what traffic is coming from, unknown traffic, unknown sources, we don't know how old they are, right? We don't know anything about them. They're anonymous visitors of our website. So we don't get any data. But we know we have revenues, right? Because our revenues have to match. So we know we make money with those people, but we don't know how old they are. So the most popular age group right now based on our data is between 55 and 64 years. Because we generated 22% of revenues. And from 45 to 54, we generated $9,000 revenues. And our least interested people are people, teenagers to 24, because they are not shopping our products, right? They're not shopping products because they are shopping something else. They're shopping other things because they're young. So it's only 7% of our revenues, okay? And the traffic and 7% of visitors is from the teenagers. So the most visitors are we getting from between 25 and 34 age, right? We're going to do this by users, sort them by users. So we're going to see who is the most popular user. So 25 to 34 are most popular users. They don't convert enough because those are the people between 25 and 34, those are the people that are on the go. They want fast results, they want fast movements, they don't have time to waste. So if the website is loading too long, whatever it is on the go, they have families, right, young families, right, there's a baby that's waiting for the bottle at home, so boom, I can shop, whatever, that's my secondary obligation. I'll go on Amazon. So a lot of those people are going from their websites to the Amazon and shop on Amazon because it's faster, easier, right, and they don't have to be dealing with the website, forget password or all this stuff, whatever Sanchaga offers. Okay? Now what we're gonna be able to see is, let's see if this product is more likely to be bought by females or males or unknown gender. Okay? So we're gonna go look at the gender right now. So female, for example, now let's see, you're making statements too fast. Okay, let's look at the entire information. Females are looking at our website more, but guess what? Females are buying less. Females only bought $20,000 of a product. What a male, 17,000 visitors for male, and they bought $23,000 of product. So males are 53% of our revenues and 43% of our traffic.
Because they have the credit card. The wife says, honey, buy me this. Okay, no problem. I'm buying it. That's what it is.
That's what it is, yeah. Okay, and look at male, they're spending on a website longer than a female, right? So a female doesn't spend as much time on their website like male does. So they don't have patience, right? They're most likely working moms or whatever it is, they don't have time. Male, you know, they're waiting somewhere or whatever, they're watching a boring sport game, nothing happens for 3 hours.
7 hours.
7 hours, and they're scrolling their phones, meanwhile they're watching their, Dodger game, whatever, and that's how we see this bigger data. Okay? So now let's look at interest. So this is all information that now help us with display marketing and other sources of marketing. We're gonna see here, where are those people coming from in market segment, right? So what are those people searching for? Those people that are traveling, are those people that are reading news a lot, are those people that are, doing home stuff, or real estate people, whatever type of people they are. So we can see that the most popular category for our business, for the Sanchaga, is food and dining, cooking, right? People that want to cook, foodies, right? They want to always try something new. They are open to trying something new. They don't have any obstacles, right? So that's why usually the age is a little bit hard, because those people already tried it all, so they're trying for something new. Then we have travel and hotel accommodations. So those are in-market segments. So people that go into a lot of hotels, people that are traveling. So that tells you that people that usually have more money, right, than the other people will be buying Sanchaga products. And then again, arts, entertainment, celebrities, entertainment news, right? Those people just want to, watch entertainment news, most of the time. And then it breaks it down. So whenever you're doing the segments, it goes down food, drink, food, baked goods. It goes really down news, politics. Politicians don't like a lot of Sanchaga, right? So when you're setting up campaigns on social media or display or whatever it is, this is information you need to look at it to do the proper campaigns. So not advertising in the wrong spot. Let's say Mobile Wash, we have campaign, right? They were advertising to all the people that do auto repair, car dealers, car buyers, right? That was a wrong targeting. It was set up by Google Rap, and they didn't look at the information the way you are supposed to look at it. People that fix cars, they usually wash their cars in their own shops, right? They're not going to be using the Mobile Wash, expensive car wash services to go to see them. So if you are targeting the wrong people, then you get low conversions. Okay? Now let's look at geo. I want to know language. If most of the people are English speakers, how many Russians, how many Koreans? Because our website comes with 3 languages. Okay? So not set is most, right? Always, because the direct traffic, unknown information that we have, so all the data, this is common sense, right? You see how this is now evolving your knowledge. So no set means Google doesn't know. Google couldn't identify the traffic sources, or Google couldn't identify your language on your browser, right? So if you're searching incognito, Google doesn't know that information, right? You're hiding that. You don't want people to know and give your information. So let's say your Google Chrome is set up English, location Los Angeles, and you go incognito, you're hiding that. Okay? So English is the most popular, 28 out of what we have, and then we have Canadian English 2%. So in Canada we're popular. We have Great Britain 2%. Then we have Korean 0.6%, and then we have Korean, and then we have Russian. So those are the languages. Now let's look at the location. I want to look at the countries, okay? So United States #1, Canada #2, Germany #3. Germany is #3 most likely because of bots, okay? You guys have to know Germany is the #1 country for pirating and hacking and robots and all that stuff, okay? So whenever you see Germany, you know there is something happening.
It was Russia.
And then Russian is afterwards, yeah. German's been well known for, you know, you've been in all the industry. They're doing pirating, they've been doing pirating, they're #1 nation forever. You can buy anything pirating there, you know, and the whole Europe is buying from Germany.
And the most patents.
Yeah. France, Ukraine, United Kingdom, Israel, South Korea, Russia. You see, see South Korea. Look, South Korea is $10,000, so it's a good traffic, right? While let's say Russia, right, which we're gonna shut down the Russian language now because you don't have that much. But you see, Russia has 29 sessions and 0 conversions. So Russia again is like Germany, most likely some robots and bots or whatever it is. Canada is good. So you see, when we do marketing campaigns, paid marketing campaigns, Canada is a market we want to look at it because we are getting conversions from Canada. So Canadians, they like mushroom chaga. Okay, that's how we are learning about a product. Now, the last I want to show you on Google Analytics, not least, but the last information for this first session is user flow, content drill down, like how are users reacting on the website. So, and I can go by country, or I can go by whatever I want to choose. So, this is how I can play with the data. So I can say I want to know what is happening with, let's say, organic traffic. Okay. So I'm gonna, instead of a country, I'm not interested in country that much. I already know Germans are hacking. I figured that one out. So I'm gonna go by and Russians because they didn't buy anything, but there's 3,000 of them on our website. So right. So now we're gonna look at Google Organic. What's on Google Organic? So Google Organic, most of the traffic comes to the homepage. Right. Out of 78,000 people, 74,000 people, boom, homepage. Now from homepage, where do they go? Chaga tea, you're drinking, product, raw chaga, right? This is where they're going. Google CPC, direct traffic or none, right? Direct or none, that means direct or we don't know. That's why it has direct, none, right? So this is basically 26,000, this is where they're going. And then Facebook, look what Facebook is going, you see, to Chaga tea, to homepage. And then the next first interaction goes to, back to the homepage. So you see users, even though they land on a blog or whatever it is, it's so hard to navigate, they go back to the homepage. Okay? So most of the users come to the homepage. Out of the homepage they go to Chaga Extract, Shop, which is all the products, Chaga Tea, Raw Chaga, and then if you want to see this green stuff, it is less than 100, you can click on it and it's going to give you information. Group details. And you can scroll it down and it gives you the drop-off rates. So when you see a high drop-off rate, product chunk 40% is because website takes 17 seconds to load, right? That's why 40%, almost half of the people, right, say, hey, I'm done. Even though I might want to buy it, I'm not buying it because it takes forever to load. Okay? And then second interaction, third interaction, and that's all you can see. 30,000 session, and then 30,000 sessions. So 30,000. So our goal now will be keep optimizing the website, the speed, the content, right? So that way the user flow can go more into the second and third interaction with this checkout and shopping cart. What I want to see here is what happens with the users when they are in the shopping cart. Okay. Checkout. So checkout 25%. Okay. 25% of people don't finish checking out our products on the checkout page. That's from third interaction. That looks like an okay information, but let's go back. Where do you think, what tab? Now let me ask you a question if you guys learned something, and write down in your notes. because I want each of you to learn equally today. Where we need to go right now to see exactly what is the exit of our checkout page? Is this the right number? No, we said this is not the right number. This is third interaction number. I would like you to tell me where we need to go in Google Analytics to see how many people were in the checkout page and how many people actually checked out. For the fact what we know, there's one information that we know that is true. One information is 100% true is how many people checked out. Because we have conversions.
Absolutely.
We have money in the bank. Right? If you let us know who you are, or you didn't let us who you are, whatever you have told us, we know that you gave us money.
Yeah.
So we got money from you. Okay? So we'll go in the site content, and we'll go to the content drilled landing pages. Okay? And we're going to identify here a checkout page.
Is channel coach going to be
Okay?
Channel coach?
Let's see how many people. Let's see. We still have, see these chunks HTML? This is still 301 404 error that we were supposed to fix. Yeah.
You said
Chat.
channel collection?
Blame it on chat, blame it on chat, the guys.
I see content
I
collection.
was the channel collection.
I see content collection, that's what.
But language. Language is under something else.
Language is, everything is audience.
Yeah.
When you want to know who your audience is, you go under audience. Right? Because the audience makes behavior in a website. So what happens on the website is behavior, whatever is already predefined, like age, right? You don't change people's sex, you know, or people's age when they're visiting a website. That's all under the user. But when the behavior is what those people do on your website. Okay, just put it that way.
Page speed.
It's how they behave.
Yeah.
No.
So now, look, first information I have cart here. This is one important information, okay? So, cart. How many people, right, add things to the cart?
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So on the cart I have 258 people putting things, 58 transactions, 20 cent transaction, $4,000 in a cart. Now, this website, you have to understand a website too. So to be fair, so now we need to pretend to be a user to get all the information. It's a bit tricky, but here is where everything you learn today comes in place. So now you behave to be a user. So you shop now, you go Rochaga, okay? And now from Rochaga you go buy now, add to cart. This is a cart page. Okay? This page is called cart. So on top of the URL, which you can't see for some reason, it says /cart. There's a cart page. Okay? Now from the cart page, I can go continue shopping, or I can go to checkout page. So now my URL is going to change. It's going to say checkout page. And now I'm on the checkout page.
You can't see that.
Okay, but it says /checkout.
Got it.
So those are the name of the pages that I'm looking in the content drill down right now. I want to identify those two pages, the cart page and the checkout page. There is also a trick on this website. I don't know how they program it, but at some point, this add to cart then is straight from the product page to the checkout page. Sometimes customer asks for that functionality. It's like an actual functionality. People don't want clients to go to the cart page. They want to skip that step, like Amazon style. Just check out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not
Yeah.
cart, checkout. So that's, you have to think about those two
And this
different
is
things.
not good at all, because these are kind of, yeah, I used to have to do that.
Okay, so let's go back to this page and let's look at this data like that. Because you can look at the data when the website was changing, okay? That's another thing you can do that. If the website's been redesigned or rebuilt, you can be looking at that information when you don't have access to the website, because you don't know what the process was. The old website didn't have the same style. It had, it was signed Chaga /shop. It was another website inside the shop. We know that, developers know that because they rebuild a new website. So if we are looking at this data, we'll get, again, wrong information. So let's look at data like that. So we have 151 transactions. That's one information that we have. So 151 people actually made a purchase on a website. Okay, from September 1st till yesterday. Okay, 151. Now let's look at how many people were in a cart page. So checkout page, here it says that we have 15 people on checkout page. Doesn't make sense, right?
No.
We make 151
It should
sales,
be opposite.
and checkout page we have 15 people. Now,
What's happening?
there's a trick. So this website see now, this is program, race program. It has 3 different languages, so we have to think. There's Russian checking out, Korean checking out, and American checking out. So we need to look at that data. Then we have, look, the 151 transactions out of 29,000 sessions, 26,000 users. We should have at least like 400 or 500 people in a checkout page. Okay, so let's see what's happening over here.
But half of them are bots.
What if they're pre-registered and it skips?
Okay, here, look, here we see right now, overview. So we have in cart 1,080 people. Okay, so 1,080 people were in cart, and then in the checkout, we don't have the checkout information, but 1,080 people, it was 321 unique users. We made 151 transactions. That tells you people that are intending to buy our product, 50% of people do buy our product, right? So that's not that bad. And that's how many people are checking out. Usually in Shopify, that number will be higher, or Magento, if they don't use like one checkout page. So 336 people went to checkout, okay? Which doesn't make sense either. There should be more people in checkout than is in the cart.
Absolutely, yeah.
So website needs to be look at it again, right? Something must be wrong with the website. That certain people can go to the checkout page without going to the cart page. I was mentioning earlier, clients request that information, maybe subscription users, but the developers need to go back, engineer, and make sure that this data makes sense that we're having. Okay?
Is it possible that it got switched over somewhere in between this data to go skip, you know, it used to skip over the cart like you're saying, and then somebody ended up saying, hey, let's send that cart now?
Yeah, me and Elena, we did change because I remember in September we did one change. You know, that default WooCommerce change that we have, add to cart, and then just tells you it was added to cart.
The Ajax?
Yeah, Ajax, so we disabled that, we said to go straight to the cart.
Yeah,
Me and
once-
Elena changed that. And that was in September, right? That was like a month ago. It was before that? Okay, so then that's not that change. But we did change that. I remember we changed, because once I tried checking out, I was like, that makes no sense. Like, why I'm just like, you know, popping up? I want to go to the cart page.
No.
Okay, so
That's
you need
why.
this, yeah, but that was before September, she says. So cart page should be higher than a checkout page, right? By the views. But it doesn't make sense is by the number of unique page views, right? 336, so means less visitors. So a lot of people were shopping, right? But then there are some people that were also having cart. And you know what usually happens? Oh, I remember right now. I remember. So, and this is accurate information. There's only wrong with the website.
Oh, wow.
Oh, you remember? Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.
10 to 20% of people, what they do is, I don't know if any of you guys you do that, but I know several
Coupon.
friends of mine that do that is that they go to the website and they put things in the shopping cart. Okay? And they just leave it and they're waiting for the checks or waiting for whatever, you know, whenever they get their allowance or whatever, and then they start checking out immediately, right?
Never do that.
So what people do is they have things in checkout page or shopping cart page for years.
What?
Okay, Magento has a very nice data about that, right? We're going to go look at the back of Magento when Nick's going to talk about platforms. You will see, like on average Magento, there is around 4,000 to 5,000 people that have 200,000 of products in checkout.
Is it
Oh my
like save for
God.
later? Is that more?
$200,000 of products in checkout. So they're waiting, right? Because when they go back to see, they don't finish shopping. They want to shop,
Ha.
right? The looky looks. Yeah,
Is
okay.
there like
Yeah.
an Amazon
Let me shop.
thing where you
Window shop,
save for
no.
later? But it
For save for
don't
later,
ask you in
yeah.
the
Save for
cart?
later, yeah. So save for later. So what happened is, you see, some of those people got some money in September and October. They were already shopping before in August and July. Came back to the website. They were already in the cart. Boom, right? So it didn't record the cart. It just recorded the checkout.
It's like a layaway, huh?
Yeah,
Like in the
like
80s.
a layaway.
Layaway.
There you go.
Yeah. What's up, 80s
Yeah.
dog?
Lay it
Layaway.
out little by little.
80s
Could
button.
there be,
I respect it.
could there be something like, if there's a recurring purchase? Like, I know this doesn't apply for Chaga, but like, if there's a website where you could, every month you purchase something, you don't have to check out because it's gonna,
The subscription, you mean?
yeah.
It says yes.
That wouldn't show you as a traffic because it's done automatically. It just shows you as a revenue.
Aren't those two different things though? Because I know when I have a save for later, it's like a different process than the whole checkout. Or is that just some sites?
It's a different process, yeah.
So does it still?
You see, what he is using is abandoned cart thing.
Mm,
So if you didn't check out, you get an email.
yeah.
It says check out now.
Mm-hmm.
You click on that button.
And then it takes
It,
it.
it doesn't take you to the cart page or the home page. It takes you to
That
give him your
element.
credit card number page.
It's like the checkout process.
Exactly. Yeah. So that's why this number, you see this number is higher, right?
Mhm.
Than that the other number, 321, you see? It's basically 15 people, right? Checked out through abandoned cart. So we can log in back into the Sign Chaga and see how many transactions we got from the abandoned cart.
Yeah.
We can track that too, but that's what happened.
Mm.
People save it to buy later.
Yeah.
Maybe they were not sure enough to buy it, right? A lot of people, 10 to 20% of people buy products later from the shopping cart pages.
Also, his videos are old, man. These science videos are old. Like,
Look, if
nice, clean, modern videos.
if you get, he is very proud of his video lady. If you get, yeah, and if you type in chaga tea or chaga mushroom on YouTube,
She's
it
the
comes
only
number one.
that's
Yeah,
out.
we
She's the only one
optimize
there
it.
is. That's what I'm saying. That's all she's got.
If let's say, now I forgot what I wanted to say.
I'm sorry.
What was the last thing I wanted to say?
No, I'm sorry.
The abandoned cart.
Abandoned cart.
Oh.
Magenta, yeah.
So we are doing newsletter marketing campaign for him, right? This is what happens. When you send out news marketing campaigns, you say 10% off, 10% off, right? Your client database, they get used to that. They look at the email, okay, I'll buy it on Friday. The expiration expired for the coupon code. So they go to your website, they want to check out, they're like, okay, you don't have coupon code. So now they're waiting. They're safe shopper. They're not going to buy it today. They don't need now Sign Chaga tomorrow. It's not like an item that you really need tomorrow, right? You know, it's not like something you must have like water or coffee or whatever, you know, cigarettes or something like that, or, you know, food. So you might need it, so they're waiting. They're waiting for the 100 to send a new newsletter. So when the newsletter pops up, right, then they go and they check out without going to the cart. They already know what they want to buy. They want to go back and browse the
Good
website.
deals.
Yeah.
Shouldn't we be able to add like a UTM source kind of thing to that too, so we can see abandoned cart traffic, like how many sales came from abandoned cart?
Yeah. Should UTM source, more UTM sources we add. You see, UTM source should be added to the Facebook campaigns. UTM source should be added to the Google display campaigns, Google search campaigns, right? When you add the UTM source, it gives you more information. You can break it down by those attributes, because you're adding attributes to your links, and they don't hurt SEO and they don't hurt like broken links.
So like UTM is like you said, it's a referral, like a referral code.
I know.
Yes.
Like it's affiliate referral
Look,
code.
this is how it
It
looks
can be
like.
used that way.
Okay, we'll have a break right now. I can show you how this link looks
Okay.
like, okay?
Yeah, do we do
It's similar.
UTM
We can do
sources or do like developers do it?
You can do them.
You add them to the link, and then what happens is they show up here in Google Analytics, and that's where they came from. That was the traffic source.
I don't understand Lizzie's mouse for some
How do we do
reason.
it?
Yeah. So if you put UTM source as Facebook, right, and you put those only on Facebook links, then any sales that were, any referrals through that link would that be tagged as Facebook.
Oh, there's like a
So you know where those sales
Yeah.
originated from.
Where's that on the dashboard for analytics?
Oh, you was just showing it. So
I didn't see it. Where it says add.
you can change the
So
traffic
look, when you go to this website, okay,
remember the sign 101.
you see the link right here? This is not linked to signchaga.com, okay? This link is signchaga.com/UTM_source equals Chaga 101, okay? So this is how you write it, right? So now this, you see, that's how this is programmed. When they click over here, Google Analytics information gets shot over to the website. It's still on the home page, you see? It's still on the home page. It didn't go any other page. So you didn't change the website page, but you just changed the source, right?
So I can create an internal affiliate system on this with UTM codes.
Exactly. But you have to make sure that the website has an e-commerce tracking. If the website doesn't have e-commerce tracking, then you don't get the information. You have to have some type of a tracking. Conversion tracking that Google doesn't have access to. See, there will be content uploads, those are like a special pictures or whatever it is, or links that are in the website, need to be identified, removed. And what happens is when you click on that, it tells you where is Google finding that. Okay, so those are the pages or websites that Google found those links, right? The crawler wanted to go there and was declined to see it. So it's a negative. It should be 301, should be fixed or removed or whatever, right? Those errors shouldn't be appearing on the Search Console. Okay, and then we have 82 links that basically are 404s. This can tells you how. Yes, so there's 82 links basically. So see, tag appetite. There was a tag that somebody put on the blog. Most likely our SEO Yoaster master went inside and removed those tags. So those ones are going to clear up automatically. But we need to be careful. Maybe somebody linked to it. So maybe he removed them, but he didn't pay attention that he needs to redirect them. So maybe there are some pages on our website that are still linking to those tags. Okay, so we have to make sure that we do a proper redirection. And we do this with the 301 code or the plugin in WordPress that we use. And he's going to talk more about it, is redirections. Okay. Now, what we do is basically we download this into Excel, right? Entire information. You're gonna make sure that you have here view all, so it goes up to 500. Download again, so we give you all the information. And then what we do is we basically clear up those errors. And the way we do that, we select all of them and mark them as fixed, boom, and then we hope that in the month is gonna be less of those showing up. Okay? Now, let's look at the stats. So here the stats are how often our Google robots are coming to our website. How much are they crawling our website, okay? So if the numbers are up, it's good. If the graph goes down, it's bad, okay? So Google is giving up on our website basically in certain intervals. That's because it is blocked, right? And we're losing number of robots on our website. So we have to constantly make sure that we are asking Google to come back and fixing our 301s and 404 errors, so that way more Jews, more ranking is within the website. Okay? So that's one of those graphs. Now, sometimes we want to make sure that our robot file is done properly, that doesn't have no errors, no something wrong, that something is blocked. So this robot file is okay. We can add the sitemap tag to it or whatever, but this is what it is. And then we look at a sitemap. So this is a sitemap. This is a sitemap that basically we tell Google where the links are, where the sitemaps are, so Google can easily crawl our website, right? And this is exactly how many pages we have. So we told Google right now that we have altogether, you know, like 530, 600, 1,000, 12,000 pages, around 12,000 pages. So let's see how many got indexed. So 942. So out of 1,200 plus pages that we have, 942 pages are indexed. Now look at this. We used to have more pages in April, and we start dropping down in pages. So we lost a lot of indexing pages. That's because mobile index first algorithm. Google is not indexing our mobile pages as much as it did our desktop pages. Okay, so we need to work on our mobile view of the website. Block resources. Let's see. See, there's one resource that is blocked, and that's our SSL CDN that we do. See, this is CDN and netnut-SSL. This is one thing that he's blocking out, and blocking out different things, product, this, whatever this is. Most likely somebody tries to hack the Korean part of the website. Yeah, some Russians, some Germans, whatever happened. So we need to fix that. Now, another thing we're going to look at is HTML improvements, okay? So the HTML improvements, you will tell us if any products or pages or blogs or whatever have multiple title tags and multiple meta description. Like we're trying to insert pages we're not supposed to. So we have 20 errors on duplicate meta description. So there's 20 incidents where Google found there's exact identical meta description, okay? And also it found out that there is a duplicate title tags, 24 pages of process duplicate title tags. So what happened is, when they set up these subscription products on Chaga, they didn't think about it. There's going to be two products with the same title and the same meta description, so they should use real canonical link tags. So let Google know this page is exactly as this page. Don't index it twice, just index it once, okay? And then all errors will disappear. You click on it and it shows you all those pages. So you see, Chaga mushroom, boom, you scroll down. So this is language, so we have Korean and Russian. We didn't translate the description in their languages, that's why it's duplicating. And then if you go back to title tags, see, Chaga mushroom, different languages. And then, like I said, the same product being twice. You see, extract powder and then extract powder, monthly subscription. See, those two products are the same product, so Google will notice that they have the same title and the same description. So to fix that. Those are the errors that Google are telling us they identified on our website. After we do a lot of work on a website, let's say we change the 404s, 301s, change all those things, meta description, root canonical, we have done with that. What we do is we fetch Google, so we go to crawl section and we fetch, we say, hey Google, come back, we're done fixing our website. So we fetch it, boom, and then what we ask Google is index entire website again, okay? It's a very simple process that we do. So, and then what's you're gonna see is spiking of the crawling at that moment for our Google website, okay? Any questions about that?
How often should you fetch, we'll tell Google to go fetch it?
Depends how much you're working on your website. So if you have finished those errors or reports, whatever it is, you have fixed those descriptions, then you should do it as soon. If you work 1-2 hours on the website, then you should go and fetch the changes to Google.
Would you get penalized if you tell them to fetch every 3 days, just in case you miss?
There is 500 fetches per user that you can do per month. So you can do more than 500.
Per user or per site?
Per user. So let's say right now we are logged in as Dan in Website Depot. I have here like around 200 sites. So if I would fetch every site like 2 times, 3 times, I will run out of fetches. You know, we can log in with a customer shared Gmail. You can fetch it like more often.
Are you capped in sites that you can manage, like analytics?
No, the Webmaster doesn't have a cap on sites. It has a cap on number of fetches. You have as many sites as you want.
Mm.
Yeah, and once the sites, let's say the sites that you lost access to, whatever it is, they will still show on your search console. You see, like this is the sites that you're looking at, and they will gray out. See, like this, where they are. So you say no inside choices are all customer, so it's not verified. They took access away from the search console. So it says not verified. Okay.
So it's not verified means they took console access from us.
Yeah, they took access from us. Okay. Any other questions about that? So if the sitemap is not added, then you would add sitemap under this section. You do sitemap, okay, and you can add a sitemap. So let's say this is our major sitemap. Is this one sitemap index? So what you would do is basically, let's say this sitemap wouldn't be inside. So you logged in. You don't see the sitemap in, you see it's missing,
yeah.
The main new sitemap, so it's not in there. So what you would do is you'll go add the sitemap, you'll paste the URL to sitemap, which is sitemap underscore index.html for SEO used, okay? And then you click submit. And then you refresh it, boom. And now Google is looking at the sitemap, that's why it's pending. It doesn't know how many pages, doesn't know how many pictures.
Will automatically go and index that when you add the sitemap, or you have to tell them to go fetch it?
No, it's already going to tell you how many he indexed. Right? So in a few minutes, he's going to give us information back and say, I already indexed, that's how many pages you sent me. So it depends how busy the servers are. Right? But Google usually index sites right away. We have one test with, I don't know what site it was, Elena, that you launched it for like 2 hours with the robot off, and it was already indexed, the entire website. Pixel, yeah. So you gotta be careful with that. Okay, any other questions about sitemap? If customer is penalized, you're gonna see this on the manual actions. Okay, so sometimes in the manual actions, the Google will tell you you got, you were paying for backlinks, you got a bad backlinks or whatever it is. This manual penalty, you will get notification under manual actions. Okay, those are not magic update. Penguin, Panda, any of those Google updates, they don't go in here. Those are manual penalties. The Google manually knew you were breaching the law or Google rankings, they will put a notification in here. Okay. Also, if your website has security issues, it was hacked, then you would see under security issues notification that Google identify malware on your website. There's going to be red, and when you're going to go to the website would have that big error. This website is not safe. That notification gets in here, and what you do is, once you have notification, you go, you fix the error, and you tell Google. This is how you communicate with Google. So go in here and you send a message. It's called appeal. Say, hey, I removed the hack. I updated my website. I updated my security. I changed the hosting. Blah blah blah. And then Google removes that big error, or this website has malware and notice on the search result pages. Okay. So now what we're going to show you, because we don't have that much time left. Okay. But we have a couple more things to show you. Is basically the Sanchaga. So we're going to run the Sanchaga report right now here. Tell a couple things. So when you're doing the SEO audits or SEO reports, all the information that you're reading, you need to create to-do tasks for yourself or your team members or whoever is working on your website, so those things get taken care of and your website can get better performance. Just running reports and attaching them, that's not useful, because everybody can run them and attach them, right? But understanding them and seeing big errors in the reports, like Sanchaga right now, let's look at it, then you need to create the to-do tasks so that way people know what they need to do. Okay, so this is Sanchaga Woorank report. So all of you guys understand Woorank report, right? So let's talk about this XML sitemap for a little bit, okay? So the way that SEO Yoast has a specific rule, so instead of you having the sitemap in the robot file, you have to have a sitemap in a search console and you have to have a sitemap in a Bing Webmaster Tools, right? But they encourage you to manually update the sitemaps in those platforms. So that's why they are removing them from the robots file. Because back in the day, you just put in a robots file and that was good enough, right? That's what the search engine will pick up the sitemap. So now what if we use the SEO Yoast, our developers have to go manually and hard code the robots.txt file, okay, to add the sitemap to the robots.txt file. What that means is that the robots file is not going to be operating any longer through WordPress CMS platform. It's going to always have to be operated through the manually FTP access file transfer protocol, right? You guys know what FTP stands for?
You just said it.
Yeah, you said it.
Okay. So he can kind of show you, how this looks like in practice, like how we change this robot file to FTP protocol, so guys can understand it, actually see the FTP. It looks just like a open site, like a Finder on a Mac or whatever. That's how it looks like. So we can add it manually because we want to show customer better reports, especially with the customer looking at the report, but it's not a ranking factor because we have the sitemap in a Google and everywhere else. Just the URL is different. And then you see this error, touchscreen readiness, that's the same error we saw in the search console, right? So something is wrong. Something is wrong with this button, or something is wrong with those buttons. You see the social media buttons over here, or the shopping cart buttons over there. We need to look at them, we need to test them, space them out a little bit, remove some, so that way this error is gone. Okay? Empty page is missing. Okay, now we have some Sanchaga themes here. We can reduce speed, so we can do the speed. We already identified through Google Analytics, right?
Can you zoom in? Just a little bit.
Zoom in. Some pages are taking too long to load.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
going down.
Good?
Yeah, because you can't see from the far.
Okay. So what is this? See, this is that error. Touchscreen readiness, right? That's the same error that we saw in the Search Console. Okay? And then we have some mobile speed errors down here. Okay? And then we have, so here would be a speed optimization and everything else. I think, okay, an SSL certificate doesn't have HSTS support. So some of the SSL certificates are old school, they didn't have that yet in them, so we need to, what we need to do is rekey the SSL certificate, upload a new one, okay, to the website, so that error is removed from the Woorank. This is how the SSL secures the website. Like the old SSLs didn't have that, and some servers, when we have those like starter SSLs, they were like on a shared IP hosted, so they didn't support. Elvas is even lower, 54.
Is it expertise or something?
So expertise. Now what this is going to mainly apply to, according to Google, and some guidelines that we've gotten our hands on from Google, is for the author. Now we'll get a little bit more into that and into how we can, you know, adapt to this. Not so much game the system, but to, you know, help this so that we can rank better and everything, and for our customers as well. So authoritative authorities. Now this would be for more the author, this would be more for the page, like, are you an authority on a topic? So, like say you want to rank for certain topics, certain terms, then you kind of got to be established like as a practitioner or like as someone giving out information in this field. And then also trustworthiness. Do people trust you?
Very, very tricky.
This kind of ties into what other people across the web might be saying about you. So this could be BBB stuff. Google is telling people that are scouring these websites to look at their BBB, look at the Yelp, look to see if these are trustworthy people. Do they know what they're talking about, or are they like just talking out of their ass? Yes, Robert. The Better Business Bureau is just one of the many like reputation sites that give like a third-party opinion, or they share the public's third-party opinion of a certain website or a business. This is going to expand a little bit further. Now this is a little bit more broad here. This is going to apply to a lot more pages. But part of this whole rollout change has to do with a thing called Your Money, Your Life. So this we have covered here internally as a company. But we'll get into it a little bit more. I think there's some more stuff that we can cover about that. So Your Money, Your Life, it's not so much a concept. There's like a concept behind it. But this is what Google is calling certain pages. So these are types of pages, and then they get classified such. So what if a page qualifies for Your Money, Your Life, that means that it gets a higher amount of scrutiny put on it. It has to pass a higher test to get under it right there. So what types of pages are these? And then you guys can even throw out some ideas of this, because it could kind of be like a bigger list. So this could be buy pages. That is pages that ask for money, that are soliciting some sort of payment from you, that are selling a product. Anything that's even e-commerce automatically qualifies for that. Another one is like medical advice pages. So this kind of goes to show their explanation of this is that it's not only about money. It's about anything that could affect your happiness, your well-being, your quality of life. If it's giving you this information, if it's prompting you to make a payment on something, it's going to have an effect on you in this regard. So therefore, it's a Your Money, Your Life page. Another one of good of these is financial advice. So it could be, or banking especially. So this could be a stockbroker. This could be someone giving you tips. This could be a Bitcoin page about investment strategies and Bitcoin, that kind of stuff. Those are all things that would fall under this as well. Then we could start expanding into other little things, such as things like parenting advice. So these are all things that could qualify for Your Money, Your Life. So now what Google has done is they have not so much hired, but they've like subcontracted 10,000 people. And these are real people to get programmed into this thing to start judging these pages. So, and the way that they've been going about this is they have been giving tasks in the form of search queries. So any of the more famous search queries are the ones that are like, such as, finding life insurance, those kind of things. Those are all been expanded and tasked out to these 10,000 people. So it's not so much the robot algorithm that's learning, but it's these 10,000 people that are actually advising the new algorithm. That they are programming it using different sliders. The slider, the way it works, it's kind of like a greatly agree, greatly disagree type of thing. It's like the highest quality and the lowest quality on like a 5-point scale. So that's how they're doing that, and that's what's being used to evaluate in creating like a new algorithm, like advisement type of thing. So, and then it all has to do with all of this stuff right here. So, for example, so like I said, higher standard for your money, your life, right here. So they asked them a lot more questions, and then so as Danny has already put out, like when we had those ranking fluctuations, is that they want to know the authority, the citations, the backing, the factual backing of anything that you're going to put on a blog, anything you're going to put on a homepage, any claims that you're making. A good practice that a lot of the Google is looking for here is that they are going to want author pages to show like the background of authors now. So say for example we have like a David Vartinian or a Dr. Mobasser. What's going to be most ideal now is that they have their own page in which it says their educational background, all the certificates they have, the experience they have in that field. That's going to be great right there. Now, so the big problem that we've had like in a lot of like SEO practices is where you have the authorship is just some very bland like name. It's like air conditioning expert or dental expert. That is going to fly out the window very soon. Now, that has been said, that has been instructed by Google to throw that out as the lowest ranking right there, right from the bat. You're gonna go on the slider and you're gonna put lowest quality, and that's gonna cause a dropping in rankings. Now, if these guys are judging your site in particular, that's an automatic hit right there, because it's gonna advise on other sites. But so that's how that's gonna go. So the other things that they're advising on also is like anything that promotes hate, of course. Those are the automatic things, and those are things that just should be given. It's like the hate speech stuff, like those, Antifa or white supremacist pages, those kind of things. Those things are kind of like out the window. Those are going to get pushed away. So also anything that's malicious, phishing scams, those things are all getting flagged down by these people right now. Anybody that has like a bad reputation, like has F grades on BBB, who has very low ratings throughout Google, Yelp, any other MapQuest, any other bunch of consumer rating sites, that is going to take a hit as well. Conspiracy theory websites is something that they're going after. As you know what they did to InfoWars, they banned them, and then there's a lot of other ones falling too. So they're specifically like going after these sites, putting an eye on them and then flagging them down. So a lot of those too, like those fake survey pages, those are being done away with so that they will never rank. Like get a Visa card for this survey, many of which are scams. Those you're not going to see any of in Google here very soon because of this. Let's see. Also, another thing that they're looking after that these people are judging is any abandoned, unkept sites that have not been kept from webmasters. So if they look like they're not compatible with certain browsers or anything, if there's a lot of kinks in them, it looks like very old, if it's not mobile friendly, they're just going to knock those out as if they're unkept. So those are going to be scored as the lowest quality also. But going back to the authority thing of that is, all of the articles are going to have to show, a certain level of kind of like academic quality, that you know what you're talking about, that you know your topic, that you know what
are some good sites to like you said, like credible sites? Like in .edu.
Yeah, we could go. That's a great question. We've gone over this too. Like internally, .edu sites are very good because you have to be an accredited institution to have an edu domain. So if you are citing those websites, then that's a good thing. Then if you are making some claims that are backed by research at institutions, that's a good thing. .govs are fairly high authority as well. So those are ones that you could use for your research as well. There's also just high authority like .coms. I mean, there's some major publications that have good reputations, and then also just kind of like things like maybe WebMD is an okay one. I mean, that's kind of like borderline because they're just gathering from everything else, so it's kind of like a one-stop place. But either way, what Google is putting an emphasis on, like I said, is from the person writing it themselves. So that's basically what they are putting their eye on, like who actually wrote this. So they will look into like the authorship, like on a WordPress right there, or they will look into the background of the author. They've also been instructed to look throughout the site to get background on anybody who's contributing. So that's all things that we should maybe look into. Maybe create a author page for the people. Like Danny has one that's good on the website to Depot, and I think we should do some like for some of the doctors. I mean, based on what's going on with this thing here. And then actually the way it looks is so one of them is EAT. That would be this. They actually have a slider for EAT, and it's lowest to highest. And then they also have another one. There's another slider here that I was about to get into, and it is for and let's see, fails to meet and fully meets, and that's another 5-scale thing right here. So this kind of applies more to judging like the little Google boxes and like the map queries, and then that's not so much judging a page. There's a few pages though that this whole system's taking into effect where it'll do both. If you fully meet the query, or do you and is it authoritative? So it'll have 2 bars. So those guys that are contracted by Google to do this, they will have 2 bars in which they will set the score twice on there. There's also a few other things in which they will click and whether they flag it down as offensive. There's a few other things as well here. Oh yeah, and whether there's any page errors too. So like if there's a non-visible site, or if it has like a downtime, then they will flag that down as well manually. So those are the 4, and then there's a few examples that we could go through here, not taking up too much time. So the next section of that testing, and then this kind of veers away a little bit from content, but actually what comes out on the search query is it's the 5-point scale in which does the results of a query which they are testing, does it fully meet what the person is what the intended search was meant to be. So they will highlight fully meets, highly meets, moderately meets, slightly, or fails to meet. So this is going to further advise that algorithm. So I mean, pretty soon it'll be it'll be part of the AI, but right now it's something that's being done by humans right now. So I don't know to the extent of like what you guys do to do, like say like developers would do to do like the boxes, like the query boxes, like the question boxes.
Yeah.
Which one are you referring to?
Like a question search where you ask a question but the box.
Question answer?
Yeah.
There's a schema for that. I was going to bring that up on my part.
Yeah, so Nick would be talking about that in his next bit there, right there. But that does apply to, you know, the relevance of it. And then, so, I mean, as I said, like with content, I mean, it's all about the relevancy, but right now, it's way more scrutiny based on who is writing it, where it's coming from, and is there like real backing. Like, as you know, I won't say any names of certain websites that they just matter-of-factly stated that, hey, we're the best in LA, come see us, we're the best in LA. The reason why we're the best in LA is because we've been around forever, and you know, we're the best in LA. That's just not going to fly anymore. It's considered keyword stuffing. It's just made, it's not so much getting a red flag penalty, but it's not going to fly, and it's going to meet low quality standards here in this. So does anyone have any questions over this?
Just if there's anywhere where I can find that list. And is this, are
That
those,
that would be
Yeah.
here.
are those
Sure.
sliders on a website basis or on a page by page basis? Because it seems like it would be a lot for even 10,000.
No, what they've done, and I could show you here, is Google. The people that they're hiring here, they'll have it on the search inside of Google search, and then they'll have the sliders there, and then they'll be able to judge right in there. I'll show you. It's more towards the bottom here. This is kind of how it looks. So this is where they'll here's like Brooke Williams. So you want a nail spot, but Brooke Williams does everything. So it's not the best match because they do like massages and stuff.
Yeah.
So that's why it's a lower match. So like no lesser match, it's gonna be lower than say you know, the nail spa downstairs.
So this is more for the cards on the side of Google, not for that.
This one is, yeah, but this also does
Like, do they go into the actual site and then see?
now that one here, no. So the query meeting, like does it meet the needs? That one's less about the site rather than like these boxes, the query right here. So, and then I could show you kind of how it looks, just as an example. This is kind of how it'll look. Oh yeah, so porn now. So yeah, so if it mixes up foreign language, then yeah, that you would have to flag that down if you're one of those people. If it didn't load, but yeah, this is something that they'll throw out because it's, you know, the Holocaust didn't happen. But this is an example of how it looks for those people that are signed up with this program. But they do this for content, for blog. A lot more of the content pages stuff, it has to do with EAT. Is more up at the top right here. Then it has to do with like just kind of like so if you're dealing with doctors, like say for example, you have a plastic surgeon that you work with, and so like if you have a blog just stating, hey, he's the best on this side of town. Many people come to him. He's everybody's favorite. Just over and over again, that's not going to quite work.
Yeah,
we're gonna have to talk about, you know, like the different types of plastic surgery and the different techniques, why some are safe, why some are not, and then maybe have some like some backing of his research. That's basically the gist of this whole thing.
Is the amount of content on blogs changing? Like before the limit was like what, 500 words minimum, or what they recommended? Because you guys were mentioning earlier that the blogs have to be more extensive.
I hear long form is more likely to get shared because they think that the people will think that they got a lot more out of it. It's not just like some advert or a short snippet about something.
So what's the minimum on a long form? Like
long form, what qualifies long form is 1,000.
1,000.
It's like a good, kind of fairly investigative piece. Yeah. So, like, say for example, these are high. These are good ones right here. These are great examples of like topic setters for whatever you might be. Like, we were working with the cancer people. We still have cure cervical cancer, but that's maintenance people. But like Q&A page, how long do cancer patients live? Of course, it'll depend, and then there's research that you have to put on it. And then they said that, hey, if you're not like a doctor or anything, if you're not like fully experienced in this or that, what's always good as a substitute for that is maybe offer your personal experiences in there.
Yeah.
That's a good substitute.
I think Danny wanted me to tell you guys is like Shopify versus WooCommerce. This way help you guys in sales.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm listening.
Shopify.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're wrong.
WooCommerce. Okay, so yours right?
Yeah.
Okay, so Shopify and WooCommerce, generally they're two totally different things for doing the same thing. So Shopify is usually easier to use, I would say, but it's less flexible, right? And you have to do less things, but you're losing flexibility. Now WooCommerce, it's a lot more capable to do different things, but you're gonna have to do more work. So you have the freedom, but you gotta, do the work for it. So a couple items I can put for these ones are like hosting. We have like hosting is Shopify handles the hosting inside of the cost, so it's like free as part of their package.
It's not really free, they charge you monthly.
Yeah, so it's part of it though. So how would I break this down actually? Let's start with price, right?
$29 a month.
Yeah, so price, it varies, but like I said, 29, right?
29 is the minimum.
Yeah. So they have different packages, right? Whereas WooCommerce is technically free, because WordPress is free.
But technically free.
It's free, right? But Shopify, it comes with hosting, whereas WooCommerce, you have to figure out your own thing. So if you had one site, it might be $29, but it's going to be per Shopify, right? So if you had your own hosting, you might have 10 WooCommerce sites, and you're like, that's over the whole package of whatever you're paying for hosting. So depending on how many sites you have, the cost is going to be a little different. Shopify, either way, not that expensive, but that's kind of one thing you have to let customers know. SSL is included. I should have made a different way to show this. But hosting here, that's free basically. That's included in the price.
And the other one is like what?
Hosting,
it's 108.
No,
108 with
hosting.
the minimum hosting and SSL.
Well, yeah, like cheap shared hosting, or if they already have hosting, they can possibly put it on that one. So it might be free. It might be $700 a month. It depends on how powerful of a server they want.
Well, the one that we recommend starts off at 108.
Well, ours that they get with us is usually like 1 year free
Basically,
plus
find your own
100
SSL.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically that's varies, right? So varies. Then you have SSL, which this is included here as well. This varies too. If they buy their own package, we usually give them that. It depends. There's, again, varies, but but after that, the reason why I was saying about the hosting varying and everything is because it's not, this isn't so much based on how we do it, it's just general. Like Shopify, you get it free no matter what. WooCommerce, it depends with the company, right?
I think if you're going to be sharing this information with people that are going to be here, you should put like a number or like an average number for pricing for hosting and
For what hosting?
and SSL, so they could at least know what their cost per year is.
You can say 1 year free, or here, one.
Can you just put that you have to find a hosting provider?
Yeah, but they
That's
still
why
want
it's
to know
varies.
like how much.
It'll cost.
There's
always
Like
different
the price
performances.
range.
no?
maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
you
we
guys
always
can-
recommend
And
like
that's
1 and 1.
Look,
for example,
again,
it's 108.
WooCommerce flexible, Shopify not. That's my whole point, is it varies. It's whatever you want to do. But you can do 1 year free, which is what we offer, plus 108 or 115 a year. It's up to you. Somewhere over there is fine. But into the more technical stuff, you have something like support, right? So if they needed support for something, it's included for Shopify, but at the same time, you have to wait on them for their people to get back. Like you gotta go do live chat and do all this stuff, right? So they might take like 2-3 days, whereas like say you have it over here, you're gonna have to have your web developers do that.
Mhm.
So that might be instant. They might take forever. Who knows, right? Plugins are kind of like a pain with Shopify actually. Those are they're like usually monthly for the plugins, monthly cost. And then WooCommerce, they have a bunch of free ones, but they're usually one time if they're not. There are exceptions, but they're pretty much across the board one time. SEO. With Shopify, you can only edit so much because of the part of it not being that flexible in comparison to WooCommerce. So SEO is a bit limited. There's only so many things you can do here, and it's basically inside of their playground. For WooCommerce, it's wide open basically. It's up to you. I don't know how I should say. Unlimited, I guess. It's all limited by your own brain power and what you're capable of. Let's see. You also have, touching on that a bit more, you have open source, which what open source means is that you're fully able to edit it your heart's content. Shopify, you're limited, like you can't see the code that makes everything work. You can only build on top of that with the special language that they have. So if there's certain things you want to do, you might not be able to do them in Shopify. It's just impossible because they don't give you the ability. Whereas WooCommerce, you're wide open again, so you can do whatever you want. It's up to what you want to do. There's examples that we run into, I can't think of any right now, but that are limited in terms of Shopify. There's quite a few that we run into. So that's basically one issue there. Do you guys have any other things that you guys have customers ask about that I can add on here? That they're like, okay, what's the difference?
I just,
You guys don't know the
they
answer?
wonder about speed.
Speed?
Yeah, like speed of the website, like how hard is it for you to, I guess, manipulate, like, and improve the speed on Shopify versus WooCommerce?
Okay, so speed for both of them. Shopify, you're limited in terms of. Okay, so here, let me say it this way. Basically, Shopify, they run on Amazon servers, but again, you're limited by them. Like, what was it, a year or two ago? Amazon actually went down, so everybody with Shopify was down for like 3 hours.
Damn.
Like half the internet was down actually because of Amazon. So that's the case here. If you had Amazon, obviously on your WooCommerce site, you would have been down too, but there's that choice that, you know, you might have been somewhere else. So speed is based on that, but at the same time, you can't do like the same level of speed optimization we can with WooCommerce, and that's because we're wide open. It's up to us. We can do tips and tricks and things like that to make it faster there that we cannot do here because it's limited.
Another thing that comes up is products. How many products are like product sales? Like how many sales can they process through Shopify or WooCommerce? Like what's the limitation on that?
That's going to depend on your hosting. Again, Shopify uses AWS, so whatever they have in their packages that they allow you to have, that's going to be their limits. WooCommerce, it's limited by your hosting. If you have crappy hosting, you're going to be slow and everything. Whereas if you had some badass AWS and
Video. I have a lot of video on the service. I'm doing how-to videos. What platform should I choose?
how-to videos?
Yeah.
How do you mean?
Like
Like how to
YouTube.
fix this, how to like a lot of like
Are you selling them?
Yes, selling them as a service, and if they want to talk to a technician, they can call and talk to me.
So are the videos free, or are they behind a paywall? Or?
It's a free teaser, how you can fix your washing machine, how you can change your oil,
Uh-huh.
this and that. You want to talk to
So
a
what are you selling? That's what I'm trying to-
service.
So
Let's
you're
say
selling
25
a
bucks to
service?
talk to, yeah, for 15 minutes. Talk.
E-commerce.
What's
know. Wouldn't they be
Shopify?
calling?
Shopify? Do they charge
I don't
me
know
for
if
video?
that's e-commerce.
Well, they don't check out though, right?
Do they check out? They're gonna pay me. If they want to, I want them to have a question on their washing machine's broken. They need somebody to get a tech on the phone.
So what,
They
they're
have a
paying for
video how to
support
change
time?
that.
Yeah, they pay for the support.
They pay for the service, 25 bucks to talk to a tech. Which platform should I use?
You can use either one, I guess, if you want, or you could just make a digital product.
Will they charge me for unlimited on video space from data being used?
Well, video is not stored on Shopify. It'll
Okay,
be on
that's
YouTube.
fine. Okay, so for YouTube, okay.
So yeah, that's a good question.
Like
If
embedded?
somebody wants to sell videos, like information like that,
Like behind a paywall,
behind a paywall, which one would?
I would definitely say WooCommerce.
WooCommerce.
Okay, alright.
Anything that's like crazy flexible, you'd have to check and see if it's supported here, but like, you know, customers, they're gonna want something, they always want something specific, so in that case, I would say.
No, the reason I asked about like the sales is because in the past you guys should tell us that Magento was better for sales because it can handle more people and like buying at the same time.
Magento is technically the opposite side of this.
Mhm.
So again, Shopify, it's very easy and it's kind of like the Mac of everything, right?
Oh,
Whereas if you have Windows, it's like there's like a whole, like it's a little bit, I guess you have more power to do things, I guess.
Yeah.
You know, so it's kind of hard. It's not exactly the same as Mac versus Windows, but this is more easy but limited and kind of hands-off kind of thing. Lets you just sell your stuff. WooCommerce is a bit more advanced, and you have to do some of that stuff yourself. Magento is even further, and that's like super bulky, super slow. Like you have to have like a bunch of people trying to manage it and everything. But it can be like way more powerful.
For what's beneficial for us to sell more Shopify or WooCommerce?
Shopify, if they don't have an existing shop, we can send them through our seller portal and we actually get residuals, so that's one good thing. They have like a program where we make money off of them, paying Shopify every month. WooCommerce doesn't have anything like that, but it just depends on what they're trying to do. They need something very basic and they don't care about like branching out later and doing
SEO or
other
anything
features.
like that, Shopify. If they care about SEO, go to WooCommerce.
Yeah, WooCommerce it depends on if they need more power or they're very, very basic, then go with Shopify.
But yeah, but if they're trying to do SEO, do we push it? Can we still have them do?
They can still do
Shopify, or do
Shopify,
we
yeah.
wanna push them
Shopify is
towards
not
WooCommerce?
terrible for SEO, but you just don't have the same power you have here, like
The only
speed.
time he's gonna answer questions for me, so better ask now.
Yeah, so me personally, I like WooCommerce, but that's because I need more power. I told them to turn it off. 'Cause I already
I have more questions.
knew. What's your other question?
No, continue, I'm just saying.
So yeah, that's basically that for that. So it depends on the customer. You got to kind of fill them out, see what they want to do in the future. Do they just want to do this mom and pop thing, or are they saying, hey, I want to have video subscriptions, like they were saying? If they're saying, hey, I'm going to do that in like 2 years, then you should already put them over here. Say, hey, you're going to need something a bit more flexible to grow into,
Yeah.
instead of trying to grow out of Shopify and they need to rebuild the site.
Yeah.
Something I've gotten a lot is like they want to create special pricing and special users for like
Okay.
wholesale options.
Mhm.
Which one's the best?
WooCommerce obviously can do it just because it's more flexible. Shopify probably has a plugin for that, but you can add it to your monthly fees. They might have a free one. I doubt it, though. Everything's pretty much paid for on Shopify, so
Is it text?
you gotta pay for all those little add-ons
Oh.
So is it very extensive work to have to do that?
to do it on which one.
To apply all the
That's
special
SEO
pricing?
Academy, then you read one.
So there's a
It's have a
plug-
different user.
There's different plugins, and you gotta like play around and figure out which one you want for Shopify. But it's like monthly fees. So depending on what they want, you're not really gonna get charged for it here. It kind of depends on what you need. But you have, say somebody has like some special pricing like that, like you said. Shopify, you're limited to what the plugin allows you to do. But say later on they're like, hey, can you also have it do something else? In WooCommerce, you would have the power to do that because it's all open source.
Right. Right.
So it's limited by how good your developer is, basically.